Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are just going to take up the A1C Husky for a little flight, tool around for a little bit, and also announce the winner of the giveaway for FSRealistic. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkill's tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. All right, so as I stated, today we're just going to take up the A1C, do a little tooling around, come back in and land, just have a little bit of fun here. Been a while since I've flown this little aircraft. This aircraft actually surprised me the first time I flew it. I've only flown it one other time during a group flight, and I was really impressed with it. It's actually a lot of fun. But we're also going to be talking once again about this guy here, FSRealistic. For those of you who don't know, FSRealistic is the Microsoft Flight Simulator version of XP Realistic. Now, XP Realistic had many other features, such as camera shake, a little bit more intense vibration, things like that. But let's talk about the basis of what these programs do. The real big thing that they do is they add incredible sound immersion, okay? Sound is, as I've stated in the previous video, is so often undercut. It is so often ignored as a primary focal point. And we don't realize how much sound can really enhance immersion. In flight simulation, racing simulation, truck simulation, whatever it be, it's all about immersion. That's why they're called simulators, is to give us a chance to experience from our homes a little piece of that real world experience. And especially like in virtual reality, you know, the sounds are just as important as what you see in the display, if not more important, as the fidelity of virtual reality. You know, the quality of the screens is still something that is, you know, growing and getting better and better as time goes on. But long story short here with what this program does is you have multiple different sounds that you can choose from. For example, here's the brakes. Let me turn the game sound up quite a bit here. Let's do that. You can increase the volume there. And they sound silly when you listen to them just like this. For example, here's, you know, cockpit ambience. Like right now we've got a random sound. Let's pick one. That one actually doesn't seem to be doing... Oh, hang on a second. Let's go back to preview. Oh, you can sort of hear some rattling there. Let's go back to flaps drag. Okay. Flaps lever. Flap stress. Things like this. Okay, so this is just very high level demonstration here. It does so much more, and it's really hard to squeeze this all into a single video, because as you can see, there are so many sounds that you can go through. And this is called FSRealistic Core, okay, where we have XP Realistic Pro. And the reason why they're calling this FSRealistic Core is because this is just their core build. This is their building block, if you will, their foundation for this product that they're able to release. It is $19.99 now. If you look down the description below, there are 4 different sites at which you could find this from, Just Flight being the one that I use most commonly. It is $19.99, and the reason, again, why it's FSRealistic Core is, again, as new features come available, we're going to start seeing enhancements to the product, and hopefully one day building to the FSRealistic Pro that we are all expecting, given our experience from X-Plane. It is also important to remember, guys, that as you may or may not be able to hear everything that we have going on in this flight today, there is a 7-day free trial available for this software. So you can download it and try it completely full-featured, everything that it has available to it, for 7 days. So make sure that at the very least, guys, download it, give it a shot. Worst case scenario, you don't find any value in it. best case scenario, you might find yourself pleasantly surprised, especially if you're someone who's more on the skeptic side of things when it comes to this particular software and what its value truly brings to the table. So definitely try it out. Again, what have you got to lose? 7 days, full feature release. You guys are able to really play around with it and decide if it's something that you like. And if it's something that it is, $19.99 and it's yours. So this is a really awesome piece of software. I personally really enjoy it. The one thing that is currently unavailable due to the Microsoft Flight Simulator SDK is the camera shake, but they have found a way to implement some vibration, if you will, sort of by manipulating the screen a little bit. So it is that you can tell they're definitely trying here. And as far as the sounds go, I think they make a huge difference. If you have if you'd like to see a before and after kind of thing, be sure to check out my previous video. I'll have a link to it down in the description below where you guys can check that out. So we're going to get the aircraft started. We're going to get airborne. We're going to tool around for a little bit, fly around a little bit, just in the area, just sort of enjoy the A1C here. And then while we're up flying, I'm going to show you a screenshot of our winner. In the previous video, I basically told everyone that if you were interested in this, you had to be a subscriber and join the Discord as well. Submit your favorite screenshot of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and whoever was the best, I would be giving you a giveaway copy of FSRealistic Core. And so I will be announcing that winner tonight, so stay tuned for that. Again, we'll do that once we're up and airborne. So let's get started here. Let me go ahead and get this guy off the screen here, and let's get rolling. All right, and the other thing I think I'm gonna do is go ahead and start the head tracker now. Tends to make things a bit easier. There it is. And let me center the camera here. And like I said, this aircraft is a very pleasant surprise. I don't know if I can get rid of the flight stick in this one. I don't think so. I always like to when I'm doing the simulations because it makes it easier to see everything, but I guess actually this isn't too bad, huh? So let's see here. Master. That looks like master battery here. I'm not particularly familiar with it. Like I said, I've only flown this aircraft one other time, but I really enjoyed it. So we're going to see if I can't get everything. Let's see. Alternator field, I believe is what that is. And let's see here. Let's turn our nav lights on. Recog lights on. And let me just take a peek here. I'm going to get it. All right, so there's the magnetos way over here. And we've got prop, throttle up here, mixtures to full. Now, does this thing have a fuel cutoff? That looks like a trim indicator. What do we got back here? Oh, it's a rear seat throttle. Door latch. I think it's open or closed. Looks like it. Oh, hey. Huh. I didn't even know it could do that. Now, how do I close it? Do I just click up here again? There it goes. Okay. Gotcha. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so I don't see a fuel cutoff. I'm assuming this guy here. I would assume up is cut off. Whoa, that's a flap lever. Okay, so on is down. Gotcha. Okay. All right, so I think we're good. Seems like a pretty simple aircraft. Indeed. Oh, and no parking brake set. No parking brake set. Shame on me. Pilot fail. Epic pilot fail. Where is the parking brake on this guy? That's alternate air. It's cabin heat. I feel like... What do you got here? That parking brake? That looks like a seat release, so I don't think that's right. Obviously it's got one, at least I would assume it's got one. Or it has one. I really gotta watch my grammar sometimes. Well, for the interest of saving time, I think we'll just keep our feet on the brake. Cool little airplane. Alright, so now let's go avionics on. Let's tap that B key for our altimeter here. Oh wow, that's very nice. We got the GTN 750 installed, so that'll work out well. Let's turn our transponder on here. This is a very pretty display. And let's see here. Looks like we're already set for altitude. We're not even in standby mode. Oh, yep, there goes. Altitude reporting. Squawking VFR. And winds 129 at 7. Do we have a compass here? Let's see here. Oh, wow, this is a really nice engine readout. Oh, whoa, look at that. Huh. Wow, this is actually a really nice system here. Now am I the only one? Let's see if the display, let's go to tools, lighting configure, there we go. That's what I was expecting to see. Can I just drag it? Nice. Alright, so that works well for the primary display, but what about our engine gauges here? Is there any way to change our brightness here? Huh, I don't see a way to adjust the brightness there. Don't worry, I'm not going to play around with that for too long, just kind of curious. Again, only flew it for a brief time before, so kind of just having fun. I will tell you guys regardless, if you guys haven't tried this aircraft, definitely give it a shot. Let me adjust my microphone here so I'm a little closer to you guys. I like to be up close and personal, you know, really be in your bubble. Alright, so I'm going to try to keep those game sounds pretty high. Turn my mic up just a little bit. Try to keep myself from clipping here. Alright, and let's see here. Let's go back. Oh, that's just nearest. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Alright, now, it looks like we have a flashing light, do we? We are flashing. Why are we flashing? Oh, it's the recog light, isn't it? Well, maybe that shouldn't be on yet then. Well, we'll leave it on. Let's just go. Alright, so... like I said, winds, we've got 128. So it looks like winds are coming from the right, so we'll take off from the left out there. Now I'm doing my best to try to stay a bit quieter than usual so you guys can hear everything that's going on, but just so you guys understand where I'm going with this, the crinking, rattling, the taxi roll, those are actually being generated by FSRealistic. Making sure I'm on my taxi line here. Yeah, all those noises, I really hope you guys are hearing them. That's why I made sure to turn the game sounds up a bit louder than I did last time. Approach is clear. Alright, let's get going here. And she's a VTOL aircraft, so she takes off very, very quickly. Whoa! Action's out front, Mike. The action's out front. Man, I didn't even need any flaps on that one. This is just such a fun little airplane to fly. Been wanting to get back into this one for quite a minute here. Oh, it's yelling at me. Alright, so now that we're airborne, go cruise around here a little bit. This is a really fun little plane when you just want to sort of tool around a little bit. Don't really have any particular place you want to go, or maybe you got a small bush trip you want to do. go tooling around like the Caribbean or something. And it's nice because it has a ski option, it has a float option, so you can do some water landings if you choose. I mean, it's a really fun little plane. I was really impressed when I bought this one. Really glad that I picked this one up. What happened here? That's interesting. You guys are watching me turn that on. Huh. Okay. Anyway. So one of the cool things about the FSRealistic is, so now that we're up, we can start looking at some things, you know, that maybe you'd like to adjust. Like say we wanted to increase the volume of the cockpit ambience or maybe change the tone. You start hearing different stuff in the background. Engine vibrations. We can increase some vibration there. Increase the acceleration vibration. You can preview everything. Float splash or float stress. You know, that's another cool one, is the float splash I like. You guys can hear that water. These are things that all, again, make a really big difference, and that definitely something that's lacking. Ground effect. You start any one of these sounds by itself and you don't think much of it. Ground roll, this is another big one. Your runway sounds, taxi sounds. After a while, when you start putting it all together, you really start getting something that's a lot of fun. And it's like many other softwares, right? I mean, anything that does something like that, you're going to have to dedicate the time. Now, the other cool part is that you can absolutely, download profiles as people start to upload them, and creating profiles for specific aircraft. Like I found one the other day for the Mooney that I was able to download, and somebody had already created a really cool sound configuration for the Mooney that was fantastic. But let's try one here. Maybe let's do a flap stress, or not a flap stress, stall stress. What am I thinking of? That's what I was thinking of. Stall buffet. Let's try that one. So let's crank that up. You can see what it's doing to the camera there. So now let's hit done for a second. And we're going to do a stage 1 flaps. Power off. We should be more than high enough to recover. There's that shake. Uh-oh. There's nothing I can do to come out of this. Yep, great. And you get that nice screaming sound at the end. You know what's funny about this? This happened the last time I tried to do a stall in any aircraft. Same exact thing. She went into a really dramatic spin and lost it. So I'm kind of wondering if there's a correlation there. But let's restart and I'll be right back with you. All right, so for example, now we're in the Mooney, okay? So it actually kind of worked out because I wanted to show you guys this. We can go to profile here, and you can see found 2 profiles here. So let's go to profile cloud, and we've got 2 here to pick from. This one's been downloaded 36 times. Looks like this one's pretty new. Let's go ahead and try this one. Let's go import, loading, good. All right, so that's already set. Let's see what these guys got going on. So we've got our mixture full here. Can't tell if I've got a parking brake. You know what? Let's double check some things. I always question how well the game sets us up here. Why is my track IR being dumb? It's not being nice today. There it goes. That's better. Kind of. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong spot for those. Alright, what do we got on here? Just about everything. Okay, well, let's do this then. So let's see what happens. Mountain. So I would say that was a lighter profile, and lighter in the aspect that there wasn't very many tweaks, I don't think, made to that one. But at the same token, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear a change in the wind effect against the airframe. It's got more of a that you can really hear. Now I'd like to get the Mooney up to a higher altitude. Actually, you know what I think we're going to do first? Just to make sure I don't mess it up, because I'd like to try that stall again. But I think first we'll do a touch and go. Then I'd like to announce our winner of the FSRealistic draw, if you will. And then I'd like to try that stall test again. And you can hear that flap switch. That was different. That is not the default sound. But you know what? While we're here, let's take a look at the other one. I just thought about that. You know, why not, right? So let's go back to the profile cloud and let's go to import. All right, and you can see which profile is active. So now we're going to try it. Let's get gear down. Start getting about a 500 foot per minute drop. Not too fast. Calm down, little plane. Send that prop back to full. Look at that. That one came out nice. Might be a little shy on the glide slope, but not bad. Looking downrange now. Alright, notice a little bit of that camera vibration going on here. You could hear the squeaking of the wheels significantly different. Let's kick back to flaps 1 here. Oh, nope. And let's go back to full power. Notice the shaking again, or vibration I should say. I don't want to confuse that with shaking. And let's bring her up. Ooh, little rock and roll there. Positive rate. Let's get that gear back up. I love the Mooney. Such a hot little aircraft. Alright, 300 feet climb. Let's go flaps up. Start pulling that power back to about 2,500 on the manifold pressure. Let's come back to about 2,300 on the RPMs there. Alright, and now let's go ahead and announce our victor. From our screenshot competition, it goes to, this was submitted by Eternal. And look at that, that is absolutely, you know what, let's do this. There we go. Absolutely a gorgeous picture. Loved this picture, such a good job. So congratulations to Eternal. Hope you enjoy your copy of FSRealistic. And we'll be having more competitions and giveaways coming down the pipeline, guys, so make sure you guys stay tuned. I always try to do something every now and then, but the developers of FSRealistic, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to do this giveaway. That was very kind of them. We're going to keep climbing for a little bit, and then we're going to try that stall out again. So I'll catch you guys as we're ready to try the stall. Alright, so we're just about ready to give this a shot. So I'm going to pull the power back here. Then flaps down. And let's pull her up. There's that shake and wiggle. Nope, and we're back in the spin. Wow, you guys are going to have to try that. Tell me if you guys are having trouble doing stalls. Yeah, there's no coming out of this. Oh, maybe. Wow. Wow. I don't know how much I buy that. That was pretty intense. And I'm not kicking the rudder or anything like that. All I'm doing is putting flaps down and pulling the stick back and pulling the throttle back. I don't know if you guys can hear that wind over the surfaces. You can hear the squeaking and everything. But after that, let's go ahead and get her down for a landing here. That was scary. And I don't know if you guys heard the pilot breathing at the end of that. Again, that's FSRealistic talking. It's little things like that that really add a lot. They really do. but I think we've had enough fun for one day. So I'm going to be quiet from here all the way through to the rest of the landing, let you guys just sort of hear everything as it comes together. Alright, so that is my second video, I guess, if you will, of FSRealistic, again, to Eternal. I hope you enjoy the product. For those of you who already have it, let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments below. Let others know what you guys think of it. It might help steer them one way or the other. And above all else, please, once again, remember, 7 days free, guys. You can download it from any of the 4 sites that will be linked down in the description below. So make sure you guys check that out. You just download it as if you were going to purchase it. You just click on it. You don't have to purchase anything until you have... until you buy it, or until you decide that you want to buy it after that 7-day trial period. So, I mean, what have you got to lose at that point? 7 days free to give it your full shot, have access to all the features that are available to it at this time, and determine if it's something that you're willing to spend some money on. So, by all means, like I said, give it a shot. What have you got to lose at this point? So anyway, guys, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful week. Again, Eternal, congratulations. Thank you for the beautiful screenshot, and to all you others, thank you for those as well. I will be sharing those in a later video as well. I'm going to try to figure out something cool to do. I get a lot of screenshots sent to me actually on a monthly basis. A lot of them are posted in the Discord, so I'm going to try to think of something fun to do with all your screenshots, because there are definitely some really amazing ones out there. But until then, guys, and until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next one.